Good morning and welcome to day 115 of the lockdown. Right, I want to start by saying well done yesterday to all the people who I saw in person. So Sue Bell, Ian Bell, Ollie Joachim, Helena as well. Yeah, really good sessions, all garden sessions yesterday. And then for those who did the kettlebell class yesterday evening, it was lovely. We had about 15 of you last night. So that was great seeing you. It stayed dry. I nearly got stuck in my My Little Pony poncho, but I got out and emergency was evaded, and that was a really good session. So yeah, well done to everybody. Now today we have two fantastic classes on for you. Nikki will be spinning at 7:30 a.m. Mark will be doing Pilates at 6 p.m. So there's space available in both of those sessions for you to book in today, so make sure that you do that. I've also got a team meeting with the guys today where we're going to be discussing obviously what we're going to be doing more next week, getting stuff set, finding out about how you want to be trained from when we reopen. I've caught up with the freelance guys in the last week. I spoke to Terry, I've spoke to Brett, I've spoke to Russell, I've spoke to Carl. I need to touch base with Martin Frost actually. Yeah, so it's great, really good to be catching up and to moving things forward. We've got some stuff being delivered to Unique Results today that we need. 20 litres of sanitizer and temperature guns and all this sort of stuff should be arriving today, I think. And then next week we've got whole chunks of afternoons where me and the guys are going to be in the gym, in the studio, moving kit out that we don't need to be using, deep cleaning, bike mechanics in there, cleaners in there. So yeah, all steam ahead for next weekend. Now, what I do want to ask you is, so we've already said that the personal training clients, so the people who I see today, okay, so I've got Tara Mann, Gabby, Dave Roscoe, Alex, Julian. I'll be talking to all of you to find out what you want to do, in the next couple of weeks in terms of training. And like we've always said, three options really: come back to the studio to do your one-to-one training, continue doing via Zoom or garden sort of sessions. And then we obviously need to cluster those appointments together. So I'm not on Zoom and then I'm not in person, then I've got to shoot off to someone's house. We want to try and organise it as best we can. And I've always said as well, or we've recently said, that the classes, those that we can and that are practical to, we'll hold at the studio for people who want to come in live, and we'll also live stream some of them as well, so you can continue doing those at home. So we're really doing our very best to look after you. So the PT side of it, I've already said your trainer will be discussing with you what you want to do and trying to make a plan going forward for the next month. The next question is classes. Okay, now I have an inclination from talking to lots of you that your lives are not going to change massively throughout the month of August, in terms of, if you've been working from home, most of you will continue to be working from home. If you've not been working from home, you'll continue to not work from home. And I know we've got quite a few people who may be going away throughout August on holidays and that sort of thing, yeah? So under this video today, very specifically, I'd like to know if the class times that we've been running throughout the lockdown, essentially the classes have been a little bit earlier in the evening. They've been at 6 p.m. and we've got the weekend classes as normal. And sort of some in the daytimes as well, if they will continue to work for you at those times, okay? So, or if you need, something to be a bit earlier or a bit later. Now, obviously we can't just legislate and set the timetable for individuals, but I want to get a general feeling. And if we need to put like a later class in each week and an earlier class in each week, then we can do that as well when we're back at the studio, because that might work around other trainers' kind of clusters of appointments. Yeah, so we want to look at that. So under today's video in the Facebook group, for this purely obviously for the members, and if you're watching this on the email and you're not on Facebook, please feel free to drop me an email or a message. Are the current kind of class times okay? So can you just say, yeah, okay? Could you say you know, if you'd like something later or if you'd like something earlier. Obviously the weekend classes are fairly unaffected, so that doesn't matter, okay? They're going to stay, and they will be shifted slightly, because we can't have, at home it's okay for me, I can finish one class and then 15 minutes later jump on another class, but at the gym I'd probably rather spread them out just a little bit more, okay? So people have got time to finish up the class, to leave, we've got time to prepare new people to come in, so you haven't got people crossing and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's the kind of the thing for today, really. Class timetable, okay, like something a little bit earlier, like something a little bit later, just so I've got a bit of a flavour of what you're feeling at the moment, and that sort of thing. And bearing in mind as well that, you know, if we're doing a class at 6 p.m. in the evening, it will probably be live streamed as well, so you can do it at home, so you wouldn't necessarily have to get to the studio. So for some of you that won't necessarily change too many things. But yeah, just so I know and the guys know when we're planning what to do throughout the month of August. And obviously we're all going to take this kind of one step at a time, and it's going to be taking it really a month by month approach to begin with, and just finding the best solution for you and the best way that we can manage all of your kind of wants and needs and expectations. Okay, also very finally, what I spoke about yesterday, I mentioned it in the class last night as well. Just bear in mind that consistency beats intensity, which is one of my things that I always believe, okay, and I always hammer home, especially when we're training and we're in our 40s, our 50s, our 60s and beyond. Yeah, being consistent is far better than being intense. And then the other one, your habits determine destiny, okay? So, you know, like day 115, I've had this little coffee every day, you know, I've drank my pint of water on waking, I've stood here in front of you, and I've been training regularly throughout that time as well, as I know many of you have as well. Anyway, I will let you go. I'll let you have a fantastic day. Jump on spinning at 7:30 if you can with Nikki. Jump in Pilates at 6 p.m. this evening if you can with Mark. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay strong, and have a fantastic day. Cheers, guys. Bye.